Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of We've
We've
Had
had
a
a
Time.
time.
Ooh. Spooky edition.
Scary.
The creepy crab.
Not the creepy crab.
The creepy crab, bitch.
Oh,
Get
God.
into it. Get
Nosferatu.
into it. Nosferatu. Have you seen, well, maybe you haven't, but the trailer for the new Nosferatu?
No.
No, it looks crazy.
No, I don't even. Who's in it? Who's in the trailer for the Nosferatu?
Oh, you wouldn't believe Miss Lily Rose Depp.
Interesting choice.
Yes, she's been on her acting shit.
Do you know, maybe this is unpopular opinion, but I think she looks like Suki Waterhouse. Is that just me?
Does she look like? I fear they could be
I get
cousins.
them confused.
They could be cousins. If
Okay.
it's any consolation.
Okay, I'll take it.
You're like, you know what? I'll take what I can get from that
Not
statement.
wrong.
But
Not
are
my
you
wrong
right?
era.
But are
I'm
you
just
right?
adjacent. I feel like adjacent
That's fine.
is near.
That's good.
Near it, right?
Yeah.
I know it's fine.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yes, indeed.
Is it meant to be super scary, or is it like a interview with the oh, it's like proper horror?
Yeah, it's because Nosferatu is like a old ass movie monster. Like he's one of those OGs. I think the original Nosferatu must have been like, I don't know, fucking like 30s or some shit. 40s.
Oh god.
He's pretty fucking old, dude.
Is he meant to be a vampire or something?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I googled this because I was like, why the fuck is he called Nosferatu? Like, what are we doing?
Of all the names.
Of all the names, 1922, bitch. He's old. During the Prohibition.
That's pretty bad.
That's crazy.
Dang, been around for centuries. That's so crazy. I'm rewatching Vampire Diaries right now. So like, I wonder why they don't. Yeah. It's the time. It's the season.
Tis the fucking season. Have you gotten into Agatha all along?
I have not.
A lot of people haven't, but I'm into it. It hasn't wrapped yet. Listen, I love a good witch. Like, I'll fuck around with anything that is witch related.
Mm-hmm. Practical magic.
It. A little practical magic. I just watched that recently.
Yeah. What's the one?
Charmed.
Charmed, yes.
What are you thinking of?
The one where they're oh gosh, it's like 3 girls in high school, and they bring on like an innocent girl, and there's like 3 hardcore girls, and they practice magic.
Oh, The Craft.
The Craft. Yes.
Dude.
That part at the end when she's like screaming really scarred me.
Listen, I actually watched that movie
as a kid.
I watched that movie for the first time last year. That shit is scary.
It is a little like, I think it gives scary because it's almost like it's possible. Does that make sense? Like, I know it's magic, but it's like the way that they do it is
I feel
this is like tapping into something kind of scary.
It's giving, there's like kind of like a hint of possibility in there, you know, in the real world, for sure. What's the other? There's another witch movie I have to be thinking about, but I don't know. I just love when they do. Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
I forget it's a Disney movie.
It was not budget. Right. That part.
They had no business going so hard in the paint.
None. This is like Oscar-worthy performance.
That's crazy. That is crazy that they went that hard. And like even getting names, I don't know. like how well known Sarah Jessica Parker was at that time. But Bette Midler,
pretty good.
You snagged Bette Midler for this?
Pretty good.
That's almost as crazy as when they booked Miss Debbie Reynolds for Halloween Town.
Oh yeah,
that's wild.
Honestly, also Julie Andrews
for Julie motherfucking Andrews, dude.
They really got all like the big queens to play queens.
To play queens, to
in
just
these
play
Disney movies.
A grandmother.
Right. An old witch.
Perhaps. That's crazy. I wonder
these are legends, really.
And you got them playing the secondaries. Well, not always, but
I mean,
still.
they're just like adjacent, I'd say.
Right. But that's crazy. You got them acting down with these newcomers.
I know.
Wild.
I know. They don't do that anymore either, I feel.
They really don't.
I feel like they get like big names, even if they're young, like a young big name and an old big name.
Yeah.
And they just put them together. They don't really like bring in new people anymore unless it's like a Netflix original.
Right.
Or something like that. I feel like those are the ones that are bringing in newcomers. Like Netflix originals, Hulu originals, like just the streaming services will bring in the new kids.
But I feel like they're always they're never in the same show or movie, I feel like. Because wouldn't you say that the newcomers are just with the newcomers? It's like hardly ever are they acting alongside each other. It's always just like A-listers within one movie.
That's true.
And then newcomers in another. Speaking of, what are your thoughts on Princess Diaries 3?
I'm only excited. I'm excited either way because I know Anne Hathaway's in it. I just need to know everyone else is also in it.
If Julie Andrews isn't on board, will it be as good? And I just think no.
I don't think so because you have to kill her off
for her to not be sad.
In it. You know? Like, you can't just say she's off, like, with Joe somewhere. I don't know. I just feel like it wouldn't be like that. Like, Mia has to go get advice from her grandma about whatever it is that she's doing. Like, that's her main and only source of royal counsel.
There's no way that they wouldn't be in the same room at this point.
Right. So what would be, and like, what's the problem? I just can't imagine what the problem. Austin was like,
truly,
it's gonna be her kid, and I'm like, that would make.
I don't want it to
Mia,
be
like ages old. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because we still don't leave her with a king, which is the whole point. Like, she doesn't have to have a king to rule. But if someone else is gonna come into her place, like, Mia has to be Julie Andrews' age. Like, Julie Andrews was able to, you know.
She can't step down at this point. She's at the prime of her ruling.
And we've already tackled her getting married, the way that she says it. I don't want to get married. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, my hot take on it is just like, you know, I love the idea. But I just feel like what I've learned from so many remakes is that sometimes it doesn't have to be made.
Yeah.
And it kind of just seems like one of those things because it's like there's not enough to further the plot. Like the plot ended where it ended.
Right.
And there was no, like, I felt like all the loose ends were tied.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, aside from her not getting married and like possibly finding love later on, so maybe it could be about that.
Hints, yeah, like it even
that
hints
was the
at her
whole
finding
Princess
love.
Diaries 2 thing,
right? So you can't talk about marriage.
Marriage. What are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know how I got here.
Something about Princess Diaries 3.
The theme.
Listen, but you know what? We're not entirely too far from our original plot. If you really think about it, we're still in the spooky realm, which is what we want to talk about today.
Because we're in a spooky mood. Months.
Dude, we're in the burr, and we're in the thick of spooky season.
Thick.
So let's talk about it in the thick of it.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, it's big spooky town. Dude, I forget about it every year. And I think it's because my mom wasn't a big decorator when it came to Halloween. So I feel like I'm just kind of trained that way.
Sure.
But I'm trying to get into it.
My family, well, my mom, not my family. My brother and my dad could give less than two shits. But my mom decorates for almost every holiday that she can find decorations for.
That's nice.
So she's very into fall. Her decorations are fall. So it's
get into it.
Leaves, pumpkins.
Leaves are all around.
That truck that has like stuff on the back.
Yeah, I know her.
Placemats. Very into
need something to look down on when you eat your food.
Table runners. A woman loves a table runner.
And everyone loves a table runner.
Little orange bouquets everywhere.
Why
She's
not?
Very fall focused, fall centric.
And get into it.
And get into it. But she used to spend like years curating her collection.
You gotta curate, dude.
Have not.
It's a lot of. I think that's my thing. Is just like I see the decorations. I'm there around the clearance time, and I'm just like, where the fuck are we gonna put this 12-foot skeleton safely away from the elements?
I wanted to buy a blow up thing this year so bad. So bad.
Why didn't you?
They are so expensive. Like, so beyond a price that I am willing to pay for things.
It's like, a little too much to pay for when it comes to a blow up thing.
Because, I don't know, like, it is only, I could have decorated last month. And then it's a 2-month, because it's Halloween. So it's like, it's not fall where you could do from the first day of fall.
Sure.
It is Halloween. So it's really only 1 month.
But I've seen people put them up pretty fucking early. I mean, look at Disneyland. They kick in as soon as they can.
I should have, because I love the time. Right. But I really was like, do I want to spend $100 on a blow up pumpkin?
That's my thing. It's just like,
I don't know.
Sometimes I'm like, to do it for like 30 days, but then it's like, I wish I had it. I wish I had the 12-foot skeleton like looming over my lawn every time I came home. Like, what a joy that is.
What a joy to see. They have the one that's like coming out of the ground now.
Yeah. Especially given the fact that like you and I both live in California. And so the leaves are hardly turning.
Right. I have to get into the spirit somehow.
Right. Listen.
Well, I think a lot of like decorating has faded, like outside decor anyways. Like I don't have a lot of people on my block that have decorated for the season. But I think it's
Real.
trunk or treat to blame. I think it's like predators, but also trunk or treat to blame.
That's
because I didn't even know about trunk or treat until now 2 years ago.
Sure.
Because the first year we lived in this house was my first year handing out candy in a long time, because I used to live in this neighborhood as a kid. It was bumping. Everybody had decorations. We have a bunch of cul-de-sacs everywhere, so like cul-de-sacs are perfect for trick-or-treating because you just like you cover so much ground.
You circle it. Yeah.
Right. And so everybody had decorations. It was a friendly like kid area.
Love.
Obviously now things are different.
So different. I feel like the culture is just like not there anymore. It makes me so sad.
And it's like, obviously, like if you have kids, you don't want them going up to strangers' houses. I totally get that. I really do. I think, my parents went with me almost every year.
Oh yeah?
So like I couldn't get kidnapped.
That's fair. It's a good precaution to take.
Right. But now I don't know. We only got, so anyways, our first year we had a bunch of trick-or-treaters. We had like close to 40 because we were tallying costumes. just for fun.
Cute.
The second year, nobody came. We bought so much candy because I'm like, last year we ran out so early, and we were not like generous. It was just like the amount of people coming by.
Right.
And so we bought so much candy, nobody showed up. And so on our ring, if you have the ring and you play for that like neighborhood stuff, I don't know.
Right.
There was a bunch of people being like, "Where are the kids? We have so much candy. Where are the children?" And everybody's
That's
like,
so
"Trunk or treat, man."
sad.
They're all at the trunk or
Fuck.
treat at your local church and
Fuck a trunk
high
or
school
treat.
and stuff.
Fuck a
So they
trunk or
decorate the
treat.
trunks.
I don't care. I
For
don't
the
care about the
treats.
trunks.
And I'm like, where is the
What am
spirit?
I gonna look at?
Right. So you almost don't even want to decorate because it's like nobody's coming anyways.
But that's so
That's
sad.
like a main shebang, you know?
It's like it's one thing.
And it's so tough because in California, obviously it's hard to feel like fall because our leaves don't change. They kind of just like fall off.
Yeah. The weather doesn't really switch. It doesn't
The
turn in the
weather
way that
just
it
like
does in
gets
the
a little
East
chilly.
Coast.
Yeah.
The
And
Midwest.
here where I'm at, like it gets really cold, but it's not like we don't really see a lot. It's like a quick change. Like I'm telling you, the leaves are like orange for 2 days and then they're off the tree.
Yeah, it's like it's overnight.
Overnight, all of a sudden, barren everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh. So you don't really see it. So
Sucks.
the decorating helps kind of ease our way into the months, and we don't even decorate anymore because nobody comes around.
So it's like,
and I
what
get
are
it.
we gonna do?
I get it for the safety of your kids, but I'm also like, I am not trying to poison them.
I don't care. I don't want to poison your kid. I want to give them candy and see the happy little joy on their faces.
Right, because they got to pick a little costume.
While I drink a spooky cocktail.
Right, while I'm drunk.
Is that so hard? In a silly little costume.
In a silly little costume, I want to give them candy while they're in their silly little costumes.
I don't want to give them drugs. I don't want to give them a razor.
Right. I
not
I
trying
don't
to
even
lace
know how to
shit.
do that. Like the amount of time it would take to individually open all these things at who started that, by the way, razor blades and candy. What is the point? Because you can't even see them get hurt.
The trouble people go through to ruin
whoever did that
a kid
really
infinitely fucked everyone over. You ruined the fun for everybody. And like, why? What do you have against a bunch of kids just dressing up and having a good time? You felt the need to put a fucking razor in that bitch? In a Snickers? In between a Twix bar? Wasting your goddamn time.
And it's really like you get absolutely no satisfaction from that because they're just getting hurt in the privacy of their own home.
Right. Leave them alone after that.
You just did that for the thought of someone getting hurt.
Right.
For a thought.
Like,
I don't know, just do a little doodle and it's the same thing. I don't know.
No, truly. It ruins the whole thing. You fucked it up for everybody. And now nobody wants to come by the fucking house and pick up some fucking candy.
And you can't even blame them. You can't even blame them. Like, if I was a parent, I would also be really scared.
I'd be scared every fucking time if I have to let a kid walk up by themselves up into a stranger's house. It does sound weird when you fucking think about it. But maybe if we didn't lace our fucking candy, we wouldn't have this goddamn problem. Because by the way, what made you do it? Why?
I don't get. It irks my soul because
that's crazy.
I love that part about, like, in all of the spooky Disney Halloween movies, everybody's like, Halloween is the night that things happen. Everybody's trick-or-treating. The streets are full of kids.
It's the fucking time.
Candy bars. People have Halloween parties. It's like the whole thing.
Right.
And we don't do that anymore. Or at least I don't see it around my neighborhood anymore because everybody's doing trick-or-treats. Because everybody's like, so strange. Like, if people weren't weird, we could have fun.
It was the silliest of traditions. And y'all just had to go and fuck it up.
Had to ruin and taint it with stuff. Like, it's just... It's so ridiculous. I get so upset.
It's a waste of goddamn time. It's upsetting, truly. Like, to know that, like, the kids that we know will never experience the same joy that we got to have as kids, and how innocent and fun of a thing it could be with, like, your friends or your cousins. Like, you'll just never know. To trade candy.
To get
have
those,
a stash.
terrible Rolos that just, stick to your teeth, or the dots.
To find out that they gave you pretzels.
The pretzels really did it in for me. In the purple bags.
Fuck? Don't ever bring a pretzel around me, bitch. During Halloween. Also,
what's the point of a pretzel during Halloween?
To to give me some apples. Hey, fuck you.
Whoever invented bobbing for apples, I know that was a trick.
Listen, the concept of bobbing for apples, wild. Why did you do it? Why did you want everybody to put their nasty ass mouth in the same water? To try to grasp for an apple. The
same apples.
It's sickening. Given, granted, they didn't have a lot of entertainment in whatever time that was created. So I'll give you that. But listen.
Still.
A wild concept. A wild concept. Y'all couldn't play Pass the fucking pumpkin?
Pass the pumpkin?
Like, literally anything. Pin the tail on the witch. Y'all had to bob for a fucking apple. Hey, let me hold my breath in this water and try to grasp this apple with my bare teeth and then come up, and then if I get it, I win a prize. Sickening. That's so medieval.
Which is seemingly impossible if you really think about it.
That doesn't seem realistic. Has anyone got it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Did anyone get it?
I never even got a chance to participate because my parents
want to.
like, what is this for?
That's a hard no for me, dog.
Not at all.
So.
Couldn't get me to do it. But yeah, tradition that we just don't partake in anymore. And it makes me sad.
It does make me sad. Do you have a favorite Halloween costume?
Ooh. I always like my Sailor Moon one.
Period.
Because I was like 13, I think. No, 11. Probably.
Cute.
But I didn't have blonde hair. But I had really long black hair, so my mom did put my hair in pigtails. It was like, this
that gets
is
the
good
point
enough.
Across.
I was like, lovely.
Listen, they used to sell some crazy wigs back then, so
crazy wigs.
It was probably better off that you didn't, you know?
Yeah, no. I looked amazing in that. I don't know what
Cute.
else what else were my costumes? I did a witch a lot of the years.
Period.
With a hat and stuff.
It's a nice, safe, always cute costume.
Yeah. What is your favorite costume?
My favorite costume.
Because you've done elaborate ones as an adult too. I kind of gave up.
Have I?
Yzma.
Listen, that was a good costume.
That was great.
I would say that's got to be one of my favorites. Yeah, the Yzma one was really cool. I think it's because it was like the first time I really went down to the nitty-gritty details of a costume, which I never really did before. And all the more fun because Andrew was part of it, obviously.
Right.
Lost the costume contest that night.
Oh.
But it was just the wrong audience.
They didn't see the vision.
They don't see the vision because why did Bonnie and Clyde win? Again?
We've seen, and it's not hard.
We've seen. It's not a difficult. Listen, I knew they threw that shit on. They had their little fun in a thrift store, grabbed what they could, stole a little bit from their grandparents, and then came out like that.
Call it a day.
I'm not being a hater, but I feel like I was robbed.
They had to notice the detail.
Honestly, what's another one? Oh, I was Mulan, but like the warrior version one year. That was really cutesy.
Cute.
Love her down. Oh, my uncle made me a costume. That's one of my favorites. Not really sure. It was a very vague prompt. I told him I wanted to be Queen of the Vampires.
Okay.
and that was the prompt.
Oh.
It was a little broad. I don't really know what desire I had, but the costume ate. It was like this little, like, kind of think like Belle, but all black.
Okay.
Little bat on the center.
Oh, cute.
8 down.
8 down. I love that. I would love to go like full corset, large, like Victorian gown.
Oh, for
1 year.
sure.
I think it
For
would be really
sure.
fun.
Yeah.
For an evening.
Just like a couple hours of that, or just to have the pics. Let's be
Mm-hmm.
real. Just to have
That's
those
all.
pics.
Ballroom.
I would love to eat down.
For a minute.
If only for a second. Those are my favorites that I can remember. Honestly, I know I have some gems somewhere in there.
I'm trying to think of mine. That's the one I always go back to because I like that one. Like, I like the way the costume looks.
You know what was? Yes, absolutely. But sorry, I had a thought not to talk about collage again, but wasn't it kind of a bummer that, like, by the time we got to college, like, Halloween was kind of dry?
I am trying to think of what we even did for. Oh, I remember what I did for Halloween 1 year.
Did you have a good time? I feel like mine was always just like okay.
Not really. I mean, for the years that I was in college, I was working because we had a concert.
Yeah,
for Halloween.
The concert was fun. The concert was a good time.
I did like the concerts. And then after 1 year, no, it was kind of dry.
Right?
It was kind of dry. I like, yeah. And 1 year I was like, I did Shigo, but like a shitty version of Shigo with just like what I had available to me. I think. No. I was oh my god, not Shigo. The
Kim
guy,
Possible?
the professor.
Oh, Dr. Draken?
Yes. No, that's right. I was him.
Memory. Still got it, baby.
And then the second year I was like
that.
a thief. That's it.
Cute. Yeah, you just gotta do some like cute college costumes.
It wasn't even like like it just was a blue shirt and then I did my makeup.
Yeah.
And then the second year I was wearing a striped shirt and I did my makeup.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm not really like a costume person.
That's fair. I
wish I was though. I want to be the type.
I wish
it's a lot of effort.
I was more into it. Like if I knew. Okay, well, going back to the college thing, just to wrap that up, it was just kind of a bummer because like it was a lot harder to really go all out because of the reputation that UCSB had. So like by the time we got there, like the cops were out and about.
I talk to people about that all the time.
And we still had shit to do. There was still shit, like, I was gonna go out in a slutty costume one way or a fuck another.
Of course.
But it shouldn't have been that hard.
Weren't you Grease 1 year?
I was Grease 1 year. I did do that. I remember I was a cute little angel. And then the other ones
I remember that too.
Were just like kind of random.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like it was hard to ball on a budget back then.
Oh my god, so hard. And like the budget was small.
And I feel like there's just
minuscule.
Like, yeah, it's one of the times where I kind of wish we had like
money.
That and like TikTok, just like a resource to give us like cute quick ideas. I would have really appreciated that because it was just kind of, to me it felt like if I couldn't do the stuff that I wanted to do on the budget that I liked, I didn't really want to do it at all.
Yeah, no, I see that.
And so I just most of the time didn't really. It was kind of just like whatever we had, which is fine, you know, getting creative with it. You do what you got to do, but at the same time it's just like I wish
I could have done more because the scenario was like perfect, you know what I mean? Like I was in prime party time.
Prime
party time. I was like out on my own. I was with in an area with a bunch of other people my age. Like, it was all aligned to be an amazing Halloween.
Absolutely.
Like, this is a movie Halloween, and it really just was like not even close to the movie.
It just wasn't. And I think
it only works. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Keep going.
But it only works if everybody is at the same level, right? So, like, if I come in and I'm boots down, everybody else has to be boots down, or else it doesn't make any sense.
That fucking part, dude, because why did nobody else want to have fun?
Like, let's take Cinderella's story for an example.
Right.
Everybody is boots down in that movie. Boots house. Nobody has like a t-shirt type costume. Like, everyone is in, even the Siamese twin costume is still like fur onesies, full whisker.
I wish that was the mentality. Like, you're lame if you don't go all out.
Yes, I do too.
And I just feel like, community. Right. I feel like the vibes were off.
And have been.
Because why was there nobody, even, I don't remember if you, I don't know if you remember this, but even like on the days we had class, like nobody was giving it. No. And I'm like, why are we not having fun?
Why are we not being silly?
Myself included. I should have just showed up to class in a fucking banana costume. At least I knew I should have done it. Like something. Inflatable. A little hot dog moment. Banana. Like just a silly little costume. But then nobody was fucking with the vibe. I think too because like this is like midterm season.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
It's a weird fucking time. Yeah, but I mean you find a way.
Yeah,
if the vibes sure are right, you find a way.
Who found a way. Yeah,
but it was hard. I don't know. It just like wasn't what I expected it to be.
I just wish my life had a costume department. I wish I had a stylist.
Listen, would love it, especially during this time. A stylist.
Yeah. Stylist needed.
No, not even that. A fucking makeup artist, dude.
Oh,
a fucking give me a makeup artist. Please. Immediately. Paint me green. Face. Do something weird with. Get weird with it. However you like. However you like.
Mermaid.
Listen.
Give me. I don't even know what else I would want to be. Dragon. Give me.
If you want.
Proper Medusa.
A proper Medusa. Nobody does a proper Medusa these days.
Not even me. I bought a headpiece.
Who is doing a biblically accurate Medusa? Right. And you know what? It's fine. Because the makeup is hard. Hence the makeup artist.
Correct.
Would really love to hire one. For the day.
Yeah, no. Need it all to be outsourced. Okay. Aside from Halloween, what are your like favorite spooky traditions? Like, do you do something every year?
Not really. I think I'm always fiending to just watch a shit ton of scary movies. I feel like that was always the tradition I had with myself. Like growing up. Hello.
Hello.
Still with us?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, I feel like my traditions, one, because like growing up, I had my parents were just really strict with me, so a lot of the times I didn't really even get to go out for Halloween, unfortunately. Sure. But I did spend a lot of time watching TV, and
period.
So I watched a lot of scary movies that way, and so I feel like I really get into the spooky mood that way easily. I really want to start. I think right now I'm in a time where I'm trying to sort out what traditions I want to have.
Keep along the way.
Now that I have agency and free will as an adult human being. So yeah,
I think the same.
Yeah, so I think I'm really like just trying to catch myself up with like a lot of the corny shit, like going to a pumpkin patch, a corn maze. Like I've done the corn maze 2 years in a row now. Will I do a 3?
Think I've done a corn maze.
Well, if you ever happen to be on my side. The largest corn maze in the world is pretty close to me. So, and listen, you'll get lost in that bitch.
No.
You will get lost in that bitch.
It's
pretty fucking huge. And the last time I did it, I was not wearing appropriate shoes because I was too far away from my house. So I was like, well, I guess this is what I'm going to ride in. It was like these boots. Dude, I cannot. There's something like it's as almost as if my feet, like when I put those boots on, remember what it felt like to be in so much pain because I cannot wear those boots again. I simply cannot.
Oh no. Were these
I was on my last leg.
Docs or like cowboy boots or like
Oh no, girly. It was a heeled boot. I walked a heeled boot in a corn maze.
That'll do it.
That'll fucking do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah, but it is a time. It's very fall, very spooky, very very Halloween-esque. Yeah, I think, and then just trying to find like a haunted house or like a what's the other spooky thing that you do? What am I thinking of? I would love to do a hayride.
I've seen those advertised a lot. Do you remember during COVID when they were doing like spooky drive-throughs?
Yes, my sister and I were talking about it.
So bad.
Me too, but she said it's kind of awkward because it's just like they scare you and then it's just like that's as far as they can go because obviously they can't get into your car. And I think that's hilarious. What's the other spooky thing I'm thinking of? There's a pumpkin patch, there's a corn maze, there's watching spooky movies. Oh, I love a spooky bar.
Again, I really don't do like a lot of scary stuff because I'm not a very big fan of the scary stuff. I don't like to be scared.
And that's all right.
But I like the cute stuff, so I do like a good little pumpkin patch. Although I haven't been in a while. I've always wanted to do a haunted hayride, although I have not been in a while ever. Not in a while ever. I like the cookies. I like to bake.
A Pillsbury cookie with a pumpkin on it.
Ugh, classic.
Classic.
Classic with a soup.
Listen.
With a soup.
Soup. I love.
I like that. I don't think I've done anything consistently every Halloween.
Same. I think the traditions will come as we get older. But I think right now is a good time to like experiment on what you like and what you don't like to like create a tradition. I feel the same way with Christmas. Like I don't really have a set tradition
every year.
Yeah, like a must aside from the movie thing, because I feel like movies just really set the mood and ambiance.
Oh no, yeah, we have plenty of marathon. I marathon a lot of shows that are like more spooky.
Spooky based episodes on your favorite shows. Listen.
Always.
Naturally.
Always with Harry Potters.
You gotta do it. It must be done.
Every month, it seems. Every single month.
It always listen, the Burr months is just a Harry Potter month.
Twilight.
A Twilight month. Listen.
Here are words.
Here are prayers. Sorrows, prayers. Do you have any songs? What's a spooky song?
Spooky songs. Do you know? I think I was looking for like a Disney playlist of spooky songs one day at work. Like first day of fall.
Yeah.
Let me see. Because do you like the Tim Burton movies? Like the Halloween movies?
Yeah, I
like are you
a Corpse Bride,
Nightmare, Corpse Bride? Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot watch Coraline. I feel like I have some hidden trauma there. I really can't do it.
pretty spooky. Like, I hadn't watched it for, like, I don't know. Did I cut out?
Just a little bit. Start again.
Action. I think I haven't watched. Well, now I've watched it a couple times, but prior to whenever I started watching it again, I hadn't watched it for like a decade. So I didn't remember most of it. Not that I didn't like it, but I just like it wasn't my go-to growing up.
Sure.
But I watched it. It was really good, but it's also scary.
Yeah,
it's a little scary.
I don't like the concept. The concept itself is actually quite terrifying to me.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't like it.
I don't think
I also don't like
talk about it enough.
I like the concept itself is just like if you took it away from animation and you made it like people, like if they ever did a live action Coraline,
sure, I couldn't handle.
I would not. I don't. This is no longer in a Disney area. Like I feel like that is now like true horror. Maybe I don't know because even
for sure,
like there's a girl that was like pretty much analyzing every scene like minute by
people
minute.
do like breakdowns. There's a shit ton of Easter eggs in that movie. That movie got layers,
right? And that's the one that freaked me out as an adult, and why I was like, I'm just not gonna watch it because
that's fair.
They do the tunnel. They talk about the tunnel, and like all the stuff that's left over from like other kids, and I was like, no, no, I cannot imagine. Like that shit is so weird. I don't know. Can't.
I was talking to my sister about like movies from that we watched, like really scary movies, because we used to watch a lot of scary movies as kids. I don't know how we got away with that, but it just happened that way. But like, there's a handful of movies that are just like so scary to me that I don't even think I could watch again. And one of them is The Grudge. I don't know if you ever got around to watching that as a kid, like if you got peer pressure to watch it or some shit. But I really like, you could not pay me to watch that front to back again. Like the whole way through. I can't even watch a snippet because if I see that little girl, I'm fucking out, dude. If I see that little boy that's in that movie, I'm fucking out.
I don't even know there's a little boy in that movie. That's how little I watched it.
And you don't have to know. You should never have to watch that movie. It is, I don't even know what it's about. I don't even know what it's about, and I don't care because I'm scared.
My cousins, when I was a kid, my mom would take me to my cousins' houses a lot when I was little, obviously, as most people do.
Naturally.
And they're older than me by a bit. And so one day I was hanging out with them and I was like queen of like, no, I'm not scared. The queen of
terrified
that.
On the inside.
No, I can do it. I'm not scared.
I can totally see you doing that. Hence why you got on a big ass roller coaster.
Stubborn. I'm so annoying that way. When I was little, now I'm like,
I'm not doing that.
Scared. Like you don't understand.
Hard no.
I'm not gonna do it. But when I was a kid, I was so fucking stubborn. I was like, no, I can do it.
It's canon. You're fine.
So truly learn my lesson. And so it took me a long time though. It took me like 4 paranormal activities to learn my lesson, but I finally got it on the last one.
I'm dead.
And I've discussed because it started to affect Latinos that I was like, I'm not watching it anymore because before it was easier. All the white people.
You could separate.
All the white people be doing that stuff. Now it's Latinos. I can't. But anyways.
Too close.
I went to go hang out with them, and one of the days they were like, let's go watch a movie. Let's go watch One Missed Call. Have you seen that movie?
That's my other one. That's so crazy. That's my other one, bitch.
So weird.
Because that ringtone.
Oh, don't even. I can't.
I don't want it. Get it away from me.
I have such a like curiosity because here's why I want to watch it again. I went to that movie theater and I didn't watch any of it. I saw the first like credit scene, and the second the music started to get scary, my eyes down. For an hour and however long that movie is, my eyes were facing the floor. My literal, and I was like, I think I had like a flip phone, so I think I was fucking around with it.
Right.
I didn't watch a single second of that movie, and I have a vague memory of like a doll, I think. I don't know anything about the movie. I've never looked it up. I have no clue. I only know the ringtone. I have a vague memory of something, and that's it, because I didn't watch a single second of that movie. And it still didn't let me sleep.
What I will say is I don't think it's worth it. I truly, like, I think you're good because
I gotta watch it in the daytime.
Ringtone is chilling. Whoever made that ringtone with a scary movie in mind, you ate that bitch up.
And did you have people also have to kill you as their ringtone afterwards?
Yes, bitch.
Because I had so many people in my life that did that, and I was like, you guys have lost your mind. You're basically
y'all are
asking
crazy.
those demons to come to you. Yeah, there are some like gory movies that I've seen snippets of that I'm like, I could watch this again, because it's easier for me to understand people being scary as opposed to like paranormal stuff being scary.
Sure.
So like, I can watch like The Hills Have Eyes. I watched a snippet of that movie and I could watch it again. Like I want to watch that one. I don't know why. Obviously in the daytime and with a bunch of people around me.
Well, spirits for you are your cutoff, right?
Yeah. Spirits, like that's your paranormal, ghosts, demons, anything having to do with the church. Don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
And those are all very fair points. I think like anything that just seems like, I don't know, serial killers, I just feel like, I think especially like at this point in time, like you know enough to like, you've learned to avoid it.
Yes.
Like who's going to come in? I mean, not saying that it can't happen, not saying that at all. Where was I going with that? Yeah, I mean, I think serial killers is just like, I don't know. They're easier to get over.
To swallow. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Michael Myers, it's for sillies. And like, I'm not, and Jason Voorhees, like, I'm not going to a fucking camp. Your first mistake was wanting to go into camp and to skinny dip.
Also, those
I'm not going to do that fucking shit.
Right. Those movies really rely on people's confidence. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing out there. There's no one that's going to come. I'm fine. Let me go look. Let me go
putting yourself in like the most vulnerable situation. I'm going to go here in the middle of nowhere. Oh my God, my phone lost reception. Oh my God, I'm going to leave my phone on the table.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm just going to loosely put the keys like next to the door, but it's also in a place where other people can see it. I'm never going to put them in my fucking pocket. Yeah. Like, I'm never going to have the instinct to just leave when something feels fucking weird.
Right. Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I just watched The Strangers.
So much on people's stupidity.
Right. You ever watch The Strangers? Bro,
that one just came out, no? No.
There's a new one. I think we watched one that was pretty recent, but even the first one, like, just all things. No, wait, let's talk about the new one, because the new one had iPhone technology and you all fucked up. You all fucked up for no reason. You all left your phones. Wait, which one did you watch? Did you watch the one with the
Riverdale girl?
No. How was that one?
That one, okay. I think a good gauge of whether or not something is scary is how well I can sleep after.
And how'd we do?
I fell asleep.
Oh.
I had one, like, it took me like maybe an extra 20 minutes to fall asleep. I fell asleep and then I forgot about it the next day. So
like a baby.
It was yeah. It was not very scary, because it's just like, again, it relies on people being so dumb to the point where, like, what? Like, there's literally a random little kid, again with the little kids, knocks on the door. And I don't know if it's a little kid or if it's like a
girl, right?
Like a younger gal.
Sure.
Who just happens to be tiny. But like some random person that you can't see the face of knocks on the door of a house that you've never been inside of before. So you guys are gonna, in the middle of the woods where you have no car.
Right.
So you guys are gonna smoke.
They give you a hot second to like build up. So I'm just like, The second that bitch knocks on my door, because all the strangers like open the same. I think that's like their thing. So they all open the same with that bitch asking if whoever is home.
Yes.
That first time, if I even find it in me to open the door, I'm out that bitch.
Gone.
I'm like, let's lower our voices. Let's slowly walk out the door. Let's get the fuck out because I don't trust that bitch.
Right.
Thoughts?
Correct. Thoughts?
They don't even like, from what I've seen in the other two Strangers movies, like they don't even like disable the car. You know what I mean? Like,
like still drivable.
They're taking their fucking time. So because they know you're stupid. And that's the crazy part. They know your dumbass isn't going to think anything of it.
Right.
And that's why y'all are dead.
That's my
me personally, couldn't be me, bitch.
No.
Couldn't be me, bitch. Also, I'm grabbing a knife from the kitchen and I'm working my way out there.
It's always like, right. Why does no one ever like...
Nobody ever does it.
It's just like, you mean to tell me you're not going to get one licking? Not one.
You got one chance to like just self-defense, like don't have to think about it morally about hurting another person because you know these bitches are gonna hurt you. So take a fucking swing.
I would never have sympathy if someone is trying to murder me. Are you joking?
That was the shit that pissed me off in the other Strangers movie that I watched. Like he had moral conflict trying to shoot that bitch down when she already killed his mom. Murder. So I'm like, dead bitch. His sister was stabbed in the leg by her. Dead bitch. Like, you're a threat to me. You're dead.
Right. It's like it really deals with people's naivete, right? Naivete, whatever.
Naivete.
Whatever it is, them being naive. It relies on them being naive. It relies on their moral code. But I don't know. But yeah, you're right. Like, moral code gets canceled out when you've been a terrible person. No one in the world is going to question me for murdering you if you murdered me or like are trying to murder me actively
and murdered my family,
other people, and have assaulted other people. Like, I'm in the clear. If I kill you, there's nothing that happens to me
whatsoever. You're a fucking threat.
I'm good.
You're dead, bitch. Like, no. What's not getting through their heads? The energy is there right away. Right. There is nothing, like, even in the Strangers, like their mask off, like knocking on your door. There was nothing about that girl that didn't feel threatening to me. Because they're like, oh, that's so silly. It's 3 a.m. Yeah, bitch, that's a little weird. Wouldn't you say?
No. Right.
Wouldn't you fucking say?
You lost me.
Stupid.
You lost me at that point.
Stupid.
I'm leaving.
Let's see, what time is it? Sorry. Ooh.
No, you're fine.
LOL.
We made it. We made
that we did. I'm thinking I can only think of like maybe one Halloween related song.
Thriller.
But if you would like stop it.
Is that it?
Well, no. Well, I was gonna say, damn bitch.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, drop your must-have spooky film, since we were so on the topic.
Oh, okay. Well, I like a cozy spooky, so I always watch Halloween Town. I'm a cozy spooky gal. Simple rules.
Do you run the marathon? I know you do. You have to.
Yeah, I have to. Although you gotta run the marathon. By the third one, it really, I don't know.
She falls off a little bit. I will say,
it's not even the same girl, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, I would say the must, because it's been a minute since I watched Halloween Town High, and I gotta get into it because I do like that one. But the must are always 1 and 2. Because what is it without Calabar? You know what I mean?
Right.
What is Halloween, a dilemma without Calabar fucking shit up?
He's like,
they like bring the ghouls to villain. Like, yeah. He has all the fixings, and then he has it out for the mom because she rejected him. That's funny. That's his motive. That's hilarious.
That would be the motive.
Listen,
I don't think I've seen Halloween Town High actually.
Oh, you should get into it. I don't know how
I missed it every time.
That's not too bad.
Maybe I should.
I do forget about it a lot because I don't think it's like the actual
canon, as one would say.
As one would say. Yeah, I think so.
Halloween Town 2. I love the mom. She's in Desperate Housewives, which I also love.
Yes.
Freaking love that.
Lynette.
That one, you know who comes in at a second though? Twitches comes in at a
I
second.
haven't watched Twitches in a hot minute, despite me loving a witch, and I gotta run it back.
It's just so good. Twitches 2. I like.
I don't remember that one too much. Yeah, I like the first one a lot.
Twitches 2 is like, it's whatever. It's not my favorite, and it's also like, I don't know. I like them finding each other.
Yeah.
So once they've found each other, it's like that's like honestly like 35% of the story.
I think they could have went harder, but is what it is.
I agree.
It's out there.
I agree, but that is one that I will frequent.
Period. She's a classic. I would say I think I have to watch Scream every year.
Ooh, okay.
I gotta run it. I gotta run all of them.
Real scary movies. I'm like,
I was thinking either or. Honestly, a Halloween Town is a non-negotiable. But as far as just like spooky overall, I have to watch Scream.
Okay,
I gotta run it.
The first one. There's 5 now, right?
Ideally, if I could run through all those bitches, because I feel like it's just so funny. Like like they're just so good in that way that they just like they really just like run with their bits. Love them down for that. There's a good slasher moment. There's a good little who done it because we're always trying to figure out who the fucking killer is. Like a classic. They're always bringing the people back. Like you're never missing anybody.
I was gonna say, is it the same story every time? It's just the same like murderer?
No, so the whole thing, it's always the same like main characters, like mainly that one girl, except for like the most recent one. She actually dipped because they refused to pay her more, which
period. I mean, crazy. Like, there's a million Scream, like they have plenty of money. I don't know why you wouldn't even
like she brought your whole franchise to life. Hello,
right? Oh my god! Digress. Sometimes like from the side, this mask is like not fun.
Wait, which mask?
The Scream mask.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Like sometimes it's just that I don't want to look at it anymore.
Yeah, but yeah, I love a marathon. Scream's a good one. I think she's classic. I've just been watching it like every year since I was a kid. So I think it's just maybe that's my Halloween tradition, just running back Scream.
Scream every year.
Every fucking year.
That's fair.
For song, I was gonna say, did you ever hear Season of the Witch, but the Lana Del Rey version? I can't talk anymore.
Yeah,
but
I keep hearing it on TikTok actually.
Yeah. Yes.
I do like it.
Yes. She's cute.
Got a vibe.
She's got the spooks for sure.
I don't know if I have a Halloween song.
There's not too many of them. I mean, there are, but like you just really have to think about it.
Yeah, no, I don't really know. I'm like,
yeah, I just can't think.
On a side note, I bought Ash a costume. I should have had him on it right now.
What's he being?
He's gonna be a cowboy.
Love, that's so him. He does give cowboy.
I'll actually have a picture of him with it, so I'll send it to you.
Period.
He has a little lasso, but no, I can't think of a song.
I'm excited to see his ensemble.
His ensemble.
Ugh, I would love. You want to do this again next week? I feel like.
Yeah, talk about more Halloween-y stuff.
I do have to skedaddle. Obviously follow us on the socials, because if not, you're boring. And why not? Hello?
Hello?
Get into it. I don't know what this playlist is, but just get into the spirit. I don't know. Damn, what do you want from us? We can only do so much.
We can't do everything.
My God.
Ugh.
I'm pissed. Maybe next week we'll talk more on spooky things, talk more on Wicked, because I just feel like we haven't talked about her enough.
We haven't talked about her at all.
I feel like, yeah, I don't think we have really, except like to each other in our DMs.
I know, huh?
So let's get into it. But for now, have a great week. Get your costumes together and have a good time. We've had a time. Period. I forgot how to intro. I don't know. I'm like malfunctioning. I think it's because I'm hungry.
Dude, I'm starving. But I think that was good. Bye, guys.
Okay, bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.